Look what I got in the mail. Take a look. Take a good look. Not too close, though, because it is top secret information that I'm about to disclose to all of you. And if in the near future I die or disappear mysteriously in, say, a water skiing accident, I think you'll all know who's behind it. I don't water ski. Based on this script for the rigged Super Bowl and NFL season, I'm going to reveal what the NFL does not want me to reveal. How the Super Bowl is going to play out. Now, there's a large segment of the Twitter population at Brandon Perna who literally believe the NFL is scripted. There's another sect that knows that's just what people say when their team loses. Spoiler though, Pennsylvania is not going to like what happens to their team on Sunday.
I feel like we would be just like knock 'em dead team.
Okay, I hear you.
If you think this is fake, well, how do you explain this? Page 20. Tom Brady retires. The Let's Ride crash leads to Sean Payton's return to coaching. Geno Smith, good. Feed him the line. I ain't right back. Everything is scripted. Today, let's see how rigged the Super Bowl will be. That's good sports. To prove YouTube's not rigged, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Today's episode, though, is sponsored by ro.co/thatsgood. Roman. February is the month of love, but maybe as a man you're feeling a little nervous about that big moment with your significant other on that special day designed to sell greeting cards. Well, you're not alone. 50% of men have symptoms that get in the way of wanting or enjoying sex. That's why I've partnered with Roman to give you a safe, discreet, and FDA-approved option to take care of the kind of issue or issues you can't ask about in the comments. I mean, you can, but you're gonna get some pretty weird answers there. Roman can address a variety of sexual health needs for you, not just ED. With Roman, everything is online, including their virtual visits with a medical professional who can help you address ED, not lasting long enough, low T, and sex drive. So use my link below or go to ro.co/thatsgood for a straightforward digital experience. 20% off your order with everything being delivered in discreet packaging at your door, and order by February 9th to get guaranteed delivery by Valentine's Day. Super Bowl 57 in State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona? Oh, State Farm, you say? Kinda interesting that they just so happened to get their biggest spokesman in the stadium they sponsor, isn't it?
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Very convenient. By the way, that's how you know Aaron Rodgers really did suck this year. Otherwise, it would have been Rodgers versus Mahomes. Now, I've been pouring through this script, and like I showed you at the beginning, we've got Tom Brady retiring, Patrick Mahomes as a Detroit Lion in 2028. Oops, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. 2023, here we go. I see a lot of dialogue here from head referee Carl Cheffers. You might remember Cheffers as the guy who reffed the 2018 AFC Championship in Arrowhead Stadium. The guy who called this roughing the passer, one of the worst calls in NFL history. Cheffers is a villain in Chiefs Kingdom, and to all real football fans, but he's about to undergo a massive character shift in this game after getting some very favorable calls in their win over Cincinnati. To get here, the Chiefs will once again see the laundry fall in their favor. They'll get a ticky-tacky roughing the passer late in the third quarter. They'll get a phantom defensive holding call on 3rd down and 48. The refs will even make up a new penalty on the spot that helps the Chiefs continue a crucial drive. It's all in the script. So, just know when you hear a legal unbroken eye contact with the side judge unabated to the snap, 15 yards, 1st down, called on Eagles safety Reed Blankenship, that was written in the script on page 32. The first quarter, like most Super Bowls, will be low scoring. Harrison Butker was just 18 and 24 on field goal attempts during the regular season due to his injuries. He's going to miss a field goal wide left on the Chiefs' first drive. Color commentator Greg Olson will then comment on Butker's unfortunate resemblance to disgraced film actor Armie Hammer, at which point Fox will abruptly cut to commercial.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal.
Olson will be replaced in the booth by new announcer Tom Brady. Kevin Burkhardt won't skip a beat, and he'll make no mention of the sudden change. Now, the Eagles will run the ball a lot. They had the third most rushing attempts in the NFL this season and a league-high 32 touchdowns on the ground, including well over 400 yards in their 2 playoff games, averaging 208 per game in the playoffs. The league wants to make this game longer so they can show more commercials. So expect a few holding calls, a few measurements, even a streaker to slow down the Eagles' rhythm on offense, that clock-eating offense. That streaker, by the way, it's going to be this woman from the acclaimed reality show Catching Kelce.
I can't really say anything else.
Her motive for storming the field, as we will learn following the game, will be to cross over to the Chiefs sideline and injure star tight end Travis Kelce with a baseball bat, Nancy Kerrigan style. Kelce, though, will avoid the swing and rebound by catching a 7-yard touchdown to start the second quarter, giving the Chiefs a 7-3 lead over Philly.
Viva Mexico!
The cameras will cut to Travis Kelce's mother, who will be wearing a half Chiefs, half Eagles jersey. She will at first be cheering and then suddenly look dejected, knowing the implications of the play on each of her 2 sons. Oh, and by the way, Travis and Jason Kelce, not actually brothers. I won't explain because what is in that script? Oh man, it is more shocking than the Red Wedding. Now that will be Travis Kelce's 16th career postseason touchdown, putting him 1 ahead of future Hall of Fame tight end Rob Gronkowski. Later, during the Fox halftime show, Gronk will acknowledge the moment by congratulating Trevor Kelce. Millions will laugh. How do people laugh? Thinking this was a classic goof by one of the silliest geese in NFL history, but in fact it will be a passive-aggressive dig by Gronk, who silently laments that he never got to play with a truly great quarterback. Now, midway through the second quarter, Patrick Mahomes will start to limp around, really playing up his fake high ankle sprain, while the Eagles surge, scoring 3 rushing touchdowns. Look for Mahomes to leave for the locker room a little early. Jalen Hurts will get treatment on his fake shoulder sprain, which magically appeared as soon as he had a legitimate chance to beat out Patrick Mahomes for league MVP. Funny timing, wouldn't you say? With a little under 3 minutes until halftime, Hurts' boo-boo will allow elite backup quarterback Gardner Minshew to enter the game. Minshew will expertly hand the ball off 3 times in a row, leading the Birds into the red zone, and Jalen Hurts will wrestle away the glory, scoring on a read option from 3 yards out. The Eagles taking a big lead in the second on those 3 unanswered touchdowns. Unfortunately, there will still be 26 seconds left before intermission, double the time that Mahomes needs to get into field goal range. Armie Hammer nails the kick this time, and we've got the Chiefs fighting to get back into it. Now, the NFL has never seen 2 teams this evenly matched in the Super Bowl. The NFL hasn't had a truly good Super Bowl since the Eagles and Patriots combined for 74 points. This will be the highest scoring Super Bowl since that game, even though both defenses have been very good in the playoffs. The Eagles, through 2 games, have only given up a total of 14 points, 7 to the Giants and 7 to Christian McCaffrey. Chiefs fans are talking mad shit about the Eagles' offense and defense, trying to say the Eagles' pass rush isn't actually very good, even though Philly had the highest sack rate in the NFL at 11.49%. Saying shit like Jalen Hurts will be exposed because he hasn't thrown for more than 154 yards this postseason. But what if we look at some similar opponents for these teams? They both played the Jags, the Cardinals, and the Titans. The Eagles and Chiefs both beat all three of those teams. The Jags scored 20 and 21, while KC and Philly put up 27 and 29. The Eagles blew out the Titans, and the Chiefs blew out the Cardinals. You both smashed the 49ers, but neither team had to face their best quarterback, Brock Purdy. Kansas City nearly lost to the Texans, while Philly handled them, and you both inexplicably played like shit against the Colts. My point, just like that scripted stat suggests, this may be the most evenly matched Super Bowl since Patriots versus Seahawks. And as you might have guessed, Russell Wilson was pretty pissed when he read the last page of that bad boy. Now, the script does have each team's X factor on page 16, okay? For Philly, that man is running back Kenneth Gainwell, who has finally emerged as a real threat behind Miles Sanders. He gashed the Giants for 112 yards on the ground in the first playoff matchup and will have a huge play off a screen pass in the fourth quarter for Philly. Gainwell's over-under for rushing yards is just 18.5 in the Super Bowl, and folks, let's just say there's a reason his name isn't Kenneth Gain Poorly. The Chiefs placed McCole Hardman on IR, activated running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and on defense cleared corner L'Jarius Sneed from concussion protocol. That's a huge return for the Chiefs. Sneed's return really does make these two secondaries about even. An under-the-radar rookie stud has been corner Trent McDuffie for the Chiefs. McDuffie, though, is scheduled to get a big second-half interception. And on offense, when the Eagles finally figure out how to slow down Travis Kelce, it will be Jerick McKinnon using his speed to blow past that aging Philly front when KC stretches them sideline to sideline. Each team has a complete game wrecker on defense, okay? Hassan, the Chronicles of Reddick for the Eagles, and Chris, I don't have a cool nickname, Jones, for the Chiefs. Now, Jones finally notched his first postseason sack and added another against the Bengals, and the national media finally started talking about Hassan Reddick. Patrick Mahomes, even with the bum ankle, though, is the most elusive QB on earth. Getting to him versus getting to Brock Purdy will be a much more daunting task for Reddick. Chris Jones hasn't faced a quarterback all season that can squat 700 pounds, so tall orders for both guys. Since Travis Kelce will get the glory of surpassing Gronk, Jason Kelce and that Eagles line will get the glory of not allowing a single sack. That's right, Frank Clark, George Karlaftis, and Chris Jones do not have the luxury of playing a Bengals offensive line missing 3 starters in the Super Bowl, and not even the loftiest script writers can hash out a plot to tarnish the best line in football. And yes, A.J. Brown's gonna have a very quiet game, but that's because NFL script writers started to feel bad for how hard Titans fans got fucked on the A.J. Brown trade. Philly, with the better offensive line, a better receiving core, and a better pass rush, will still lose this game in the fourth quarter. Why? Because Patrick Mahomes is the best football player on earth, according to the script. Okay, with Tom Brady retired, the NFL needs a new, unstoppable villain. The Chiefs will be the first team to beat the Eagles this season that didn't hold them to under 100 rushing yards. When Philly runs for 190 in this game and still loses, that will be the biggest sign of rigging you have ever seen. Well, maybe since Cam Newton didn't dive on that football. The Chiefs will be trailing by 10 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Philly will blast another field goal down the gooch with 7:45 on the clock. A tribute to Tom Brady, 7 rings, 45 years old. Eagles fans will already be blackout drunk thinking they have this game in the bag. The Philadelphia Police Department will be greasing up every pole in the city with haste. With haste, I say, unaware though that most Philadelphians have already evolved to secrete a sticky substance from their palms that allows them to climb any surface. But it's a power they can only unlock after drinking 15 beers. Mahomes will then set a Super Bowl record for most passing yards in a fourth quarter, leading 2 touchdown drives of 98 and 88 yards, cementing his legacy as Showtime Mahomes. Finally, vindication for the ESPN nickname that just wouldn't stick. Jerick McKinnon will score the first comeback touchdown on a jet sweep reverse after the Chiefs play duck, duck, goose pre-snap, a play Andy Reid had a vision about while in a food coma back in June. Then Juju Smith-Schuster will catch the game-tying touchdown in the left corner of the end zone after Hassan Reddick fails to get to a scrambling Patrick Mahomes. A catch Juju has to jump so high for Chiefs fans can say Tyreek Hill would have been too short to haul that one in, vindicating his trade forever. After a penalty on the PAT pushes KC back 15 yards, Harrison Butker will slam the 48-yard kick down the gooch in dramatic fashion as time expires. Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP and is 20-3 against NFC teams during his short and tragic career. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that part about tragic. NFL higher-ups will then let Jackson Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes out of a locked room in the underbelly of the stadium. Upon taking the field, Jackson will do a TikTok dance on Pat Tillman's memorial while his brother hoists the Lombardi. Boom! Thanks for watching the most dangerous episode of That's Good Sports as I reveal how the scripted